Okay, continue with Rufus. As you can see now, he's really starting to take shape. And we're going to, like I said, work on this hat a little bit more. We're going to bring it down. It's too thick in this area. So there we go. Start bringing that down a little bit. Rounded it off just a little bit. In the front, just rounding it off. As you can see, it's way too thick in the front, and we're going to kind of get our knife underneath the nose here and thin it out a little bit. Bring it in there, thin this out a little bit in here. Up underneath here. And kind of bring that face back so we can get a little bit more room on the sides of the hat. See, just kind of dig out underneath there on both sides. Just sort of, it's a fun project to do. He's just a lot of fun. Now, a lot of people like to curve their hats up. I like to kind of make them flat. I kind of like to make the flat look here. Doesn't really matter how you do it. A lot of people say they like to curve the hat up, but I prefer more, you know, to make it sort of a flat look. And just a little bit more in here. Kind of, there you go. Same thing here, make it look like it's kind of, see that, just thinning that hat out, in other words, get it all thinned out around the brim. Get up underneath this back a little bit, where it makes the hat kind of stand out, you know, where it makes it look like it's sitting on his head. Now this nose is of course way too long, and I'm going to have to remove some of that nose. Actually, on Rufus, the nose is not, it's sort of a round nose on Rufus. There you go. Sort of like that, in other words. Not a shape, sort of like a ball. And he doesn't have any eyes. He just has, that's what makes it a little bit simpler of a project, in other words. And the thing about Rufus is you can make him any way you kind of like, you know. I mean, there's been so many different variations of Rufus. Like some people have the mustache and the beard coming down here. Some people do that, but I'm trying, like I said, with beginners, we're just going to sort of do the basic shape of Rufus. This beard over a little bit. See how now he's really starting to take shape? He really is. I'm going to round this hat off just a little bit up here. Still a little bit too square. There we go. And here, flatten it out just a little bit more. Moto tool is great for this. Just to flatten out that brim. We're going to do it with a knife. And you see that? And it's really starting to shape up now. Now, in the original one, they have the hat going for it, but I've always liked this. I've always liked the look of on a hillbilly, the hat going this way. In other words, and like I said, you can do it any way you want to. But he's a fun, like I said, he's a fun little project. There you go. Take off a little bit more around the hat up here. Just kind of got to get in there and do it. See, that's what I say. When you go from side to side, you get to, you notice how I remove on this side a little bit. I look at this side, look at the front of it. No, we're sort of get the round effect that Rufus has. And, you know, it's just, you just sort of go from side to side looking, making sure that you are even. That's all. It's not a rocket scientist stuff. It's just making sure that you're even. And there's not a lot of great detail on Rufus. Of course, Miss